everyone, what's going on? South Stretford Post. Welcome to the second watch-along. Liverpool and Newcastle. Newcastle, Liverpool, St James's Park. 4-3 and all that. You remember those days? Back in the 90s, guys. I just finished my sandwich. You know what? I had to gulp down a sandwich. Maybe gulp down a little bit of humble pie. Man City won 2-1 against Bournemouth, guys. And, yeah, look, I don't think they deserved it, but they got the win anyway. That is what it's all about at the end of the day. We got Alan Shearer in the crowd holding up a blank piece of paper, a bit like his Champions League and treble winning. It's a big blank, guys, history. So, yes, welcome to the stream, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, on the second watch-along, of course, guys. And if you want to talk about big up everyone, let's say big up to Ephraim, Bobby, of course, the legend. The legends are in the house. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today on this second watch-along, guys. Wicked to have you aboard and stuff. And what are the odds in a 4-3 today? What are the odds in a 4-3 today? That'd be amazing, wouldn't it, guys? Let me have a zip of... There we go. Wash that down. Big up everyone in the stream. Please, guys, don't forget to smash a like before I start. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Guys, let me go through the lineups. Newcastle's lineup. I'm looking at Newcastle's lineup, right? And I'm looking at it and I figure, whoa, this is not that good, bruv. Hornacek, not Cernacek. Hornacek in goal. God rest his soul, Cernacek. We've got Dedic as a right back. Tior, the captain, as a centre back alongside Botman. And Hall as left back. That could be telling. Lewis Hall is playing today. That could be telling. That could be a message right there that he's not going anywhere. Who knows? We got Stur in the middle alongside Millie. You got Elenga as a right midfielder. Visa as the attacking midfielder, number 10. And Harvey Barnes as the left midfielder. And then we got Osula up front. In regards to Liverpool, Alisson in goal. Kirkis as the left back. Van Dijk as a centre back alongside the new players, Jacquet. Jeremy Frimpong as the right back. Szoboszlai as a centre back, a centre midfielder alongside Gravin Birch. On the left of midfield, is still Gakpo is still there, by the way. Voyen Verts, Ingamoa, and Isaac up front. So far, so good. That's what the team is, guys. The barcodes, they look very much like a barcode with that kit. Goodness me. You know, I'm getting hallucinations, guys. I feel like I'm at an art museum in London. Goodness me. That is a very, very strange kit that Newcastle United have got. Really is. Big up, everyone. Yeah, just to clarify, Bournemouth did lose today. Couldn't hold on. Controversial first goal for Man City. VAR aided and stuff like that. And then obviously the second goal right in the last minute, guys. And yeah, that's what happens, isn't it? You know, we don't get that type of luck, unfortunately. We don't. You know, the thing is, right, in football, it's like when you want it, generally good things happen. You know, when you really want it, when you want it more than the opposition, generally big things happen, good things happen, you know? So I would say, yeah, I'm disappointed, but you know what? Man United, we should have beaten Hull, guys. We should have beaten Hull. We'd be in a good position right now. If we beat Hull, we'd be in a good position. It wouldn't really matter, would it, at the end of the day, guys? Absolutely not. St James's Park, of course, full to the rafters here, guys. And I'm looking forward to this game. It's very interesting to see what Newcastle are all about. They've let, obviously, Tonali, Gamiras, Gordon go, of course, and also Isaac last year as well. Isaac playing for Liverpool today. So, yeah, look, you know, you look at their team and you look at it and you think, you know what, they've lost a lot of players. And will Newcastle step up? Who knows, guys? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But big up everyone who's joined me today. Thank you so much, guys. And we're just waiting for go through the motions for this game to start, of course. Guys, absolutely. Prediction for this game, guys. Predictions for this game. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Liverpool. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Liverpool. I think it's going to be tougher than we think. But I'm looking at the quality in Newcastle side. I don't really see anything there that's going to really frighten Liverpool, to be honest. We've got the minute silence, of course, for the great Kevin Keegan, who passed away only a few weeks ago, of course. A proper football character, a proper football man was Kevin Keegan. Of course, the last England manager to manage at the old Wembley. Of course, as we know, England lost 1-0 to Germany, and that's when he retired because he's very honest with himself, and he said, "I'm not good enough for this job." He went out on the TV and he said, "I'm not good enough in this job." And funny enough, on that very day, I went for an interview at JJB Sports on that day. I remember it. It was a long time ago. It was the year 2000. I liked Kevin Keegan, I really did. He was a proper character, and Speaking of JJB, Newcastle and all that, there were JJB. Proper football man, and obviously Ballon d'Or winner a couple of times as well. Let's not forget that as well, guys. Absolutely legend. Legend of football, and will be missed, of course. Big up. Unfortunately, Kenny said, unfortunately, it's going to be 3-1, says Kenny. Yeah, I think so. It might be. Thoughts on your what's your thoughts on Boulder South? Big up, Danny B. What I would say, Danny, my good friend, is that it is a risk, definitely. However, I'd take anyone over Luke Shaw, mate. I would. Obviously, he's got an injury record. He was out for 182 days a year ago with that rupture in his tendon. And also, he's had a couple of hammy injuries over the last, year or so. But he's been all right over the last few months. So fingers crossed, Man United get him through the door. He's a very good player, very good player. And one thing about him, he's young. I looked at Luke Shaw. I'm not being disrespectful to Luke Shaw, but I looked at Luke Shaw yesterday. And I just didn't think that Luke Shaw looked athletic enough. I didn't think he was, he was fit. He doesn't look fit, guys. He looks a little bit, looks like he's got a little bit of timber on him. Looks a little bit out of sorts. And definitely he needs to be moved on. And to bring in someone like Alejandro Baldo would be good, guys. Absolutely. Bobby says Newcastle 2. Newcastle 2-0. Whoa, there you go. Newcastle. Bobby's got a bold one there. I would like that, mate. One thing I would say, though, in regards to Newcastle, guys, what I would say in regards to them is that you never know at St. James's. St. James's, obviously, is a tough place to go. So you never know with St. James's, Yeah, Iris, he's a walking ambulance. He is, definitely. But so is Luke Shaw, to be fair, when he wants to be. When he most of the time. Yeah, 2-2. Yeah, I'm going for a 2-1. But yeah, could be a good game if it's 2-2. Absolutely. I remember Liverpool won here last season with 10 men. In Gamoa got the goal. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember that? Yeah, hopefully it's not like that this today, guys. We're on the way. Liverpool shooting from left to right, guys. Newcastle will be up for this game, of course. A lot to prove. A lot of people doubting them. Of course, guys. Of course they are. A lot of people doubting Newcastle. They've sold all their best players. They've replaced them with nobody, really, isn't it? When you're looking at it, they haven't really replaced anyone. That's strange, Crazy that they didn't even go for anyone, even not in Britain. There is links to the likes of Angelo Stiller, who I like a lot. If I was Newcastle United, I'd be looking at him. Absolutely. Elliot Hall will be taking a free kick for Newcastle United, guys. Free kick in the middle of the park. Elliot Hall, is it a message that he's playing today? Is that actually clarification that he's staying at Newcastle? Who knows? I do remember Dwight York playing for Aston Villa before he ended up signing for Manchester United, of course, way back in 98, 99. Those were the good old days, weren't they, guys? Absolutely. I remember those days. They got that kid from Ajax. He is playing. Oh, yeah. That's just one. But proper replacements for Tonali and they got Stir, didn't they? Stir. Proper replacements for Tonali and Gamiras, proper players, at the end of the day. But yeah, what I would say is that, they lost Gordon as well. What have they done with that? But then again, they are Newcastle at the end of the day. They're just Newcastle. They can't expect much, can they? I know that they expect a lot, but they're just only Newcastle. We've not had a draw yet. I know. What are the odds in that, by the way, Bobby? What are the odds in not having a draw in the Premier League season, Premier League openers? Probably get good odds for that. Probably be a good odds for that. There you go. Throw in. These two teams, Jacquet's a new signing. Of course, remember Jacquet was linked to Manchester United for a brief period of time. You remember that? He plays for Liverpool now. Owen Bawadi's gone to Man City. So many players were linked to just being crossed off the list. One after the other. So what's going to happen today, which is predictable, guys, is that we're going to get an influx of the Glinios bootlickers go on social media and say, oh, you see with Anderson was substituted, rah. You see, this is what they're going to do. They're so predictable. They were going to say, look at Man City losing to Bournemouth and all that, but they can't say that now. So they have to change it around and talk about, Elliot Anderson and things like that. Afternoon, Marky. Mark, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up the community. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. I want this board out and gone. Like you said, needed a generational window, and they constantly foul every time. Every manager here then deflects the blame. Exactly, mate. So that's why they got so many people. And the new manager, by the way, for of course Newcastle United. A brief little talk about the manager of Newcastle United, Matthias Jaisel. Matthias Jaisel was managing Al Ali in Saudi Arabia last season. He was in Saudi Arabia. He's now managing Newcastle United. Fair play to him. Very good manager, Austrian. Managed at Salzburg as well, guys. Good manager. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how he plays. But here come Newcastle. Here come Liverpool, should I say. There you go. Cleared away from Newcastle United there. Now, maybe, look, you know, at the end of the day, you can't lose players like Tonali, Gamiresh, and Gordon and Isaac last season and, you know, expect much at the end of the day because, you know, you've taken away the whole team. And when you think about what the players that Newcastle used to have, it's unbelievable, the players that Bruno Gamiresh, Tonali, Gordon, Isaac. You know, think about the players that they've had over the years. It's unbelievable, the players that they've let go. You know, it's crazy. You know, it reminds me of the old West Ham when they had Frank Lampard, Rio Ferdinand and all that. Here come Liverpool, though. Good chance for Liverpool. Oh, it's a bad pass there. Big up, Greg. How you doing? Newcastle coming out here on the attack here. The counter-attack. Good ball. Good ball for Newcastle. He's got a great opportunity there. Great opportunity. It's 1-0 to Newcastle. It's 1-0 to Newcastle. It's Alenga. Ex-Man United player has scored. Ex-Man United player has scored. Anthony Alenga, the ex-Man United player, has scored for Newcastle United. You get in there, you beauty. There you go. Newcastle United 0-1. Liverpool 0, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, Greg. Absolutely brilliant. Newcastle United 1. Liverpool 0 already, guys. Unbelievable. 4 minutes on the clock, guys. 4 minutes on the clock, and it's 1-0 already, guys. 1-0 already. Brilliant, brilliant start to the game, guys. Brilliant start to the game. Absolutely brilliant. 1-0 to Newcastle. Anthony Alenga. Get in there. Alenga. Absolutely. There you go, guys. 1-0. 1-0 already. Funny enough, you know, it had to be a Man United, ex-Man United player, of course. Funny enough, of course, after all the mouthing off from the Liverpool fans, of course. We all know what the Liverpool fans have been going up. Absolutely. Come on, Alenga. 1-0 Newcastle. Yes, absolutely. Well done to Newcastle United. 1-0 up. Fantastic. Fantastic there. Liverpool fans won't be happy with this, guys. They won't be happy with this. Certainly not. Liverpool are losing 1-0. You know who's winning in this season. You know who's winning this weekend. You know who's truly winning this weekend? It's Arsenal. You know that Arsenal must be delighted. I think there's too much happiness going on at Arsenal at the moment. Something sinister is going on with Arsenal. I think too much happiness has been given to Arsenal. Too much. You know what I mean? I think there's too much happiness given to Arsenal. Arsenal fans don't deserve happiness. Arsenal fans are just terrible. They're just terrible. I don't know why they're getting so much happiness these days. I don't know who sold what soul, but something's going on. Definitely, guys. You know what I mean? They're definitely getting a lot of too much happiness. Apart from that apart from obviously getting schooled in the Champions League final, which they won't live that down. Absolutely. Anyway, Liverpool 1-0 down already. Xhake's not had a good start. Definitely not. So they need to bounce back pretty quickly. Xhake is a unit though, isn't he? He's a big player there. Here come Liverpool. Liverpool looking to respond straight away. Of course, 1-0 down already. Not good for them. Absolutely not. They wouldn't have liked that. Do I not like that? They don't like that. Absolutely not. Guys, 1-0 down, of course. Guys, thank you everyone who's joined me though today. Thank you everyone who joined me for the last stream as well. Really appreciate it. Guys, thank you for the double watch along today. Yeah, of course I was supposed to do the watch along for Tottenham yesterday. Couldn't quite make it, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. But yeah, we're here anyway. Better late than never. Yes, guys. Get in, says Simon. Big up, Simon. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Anthony Alenga had to be an ex-Man United player, didn't it? Here come Liverpool. Had to be a Man United player, didn't it? Ex-Man United player. That makes it even more sweeter, doesn't it? Cross comes in, cleared away there. Cleared away there. And it's going to be a free kick to Liverpool. Yeah, shouldn't be making those type of challenges. Harvey Barnes with the foul there. Florian Wirtz is on the floor. I'm sure it hurts. I'm sure it hurts very much. Yeah, but yeah, he's on the floor. Yeah, he played for that though. Come on, man. He left his body there. He played for that. Come on. What are you doing, I don't blame you for not doing the Spurs watch along. I even cancelled my watching on stream. Kenny, I couldn't be bothered, mate. I was in the mentality. Man United ruined my mood, mate. They ruined my mood. I just couldn't do it. You know, I actually feel it when Man United lose. You know, and I didn't want to do it because I couldn't get up for it. You know, cross comes in, header over the bar. It's gonna be a goal kick, is it? Yes. Is that a goal kick to Newcastle? No, it's a corner. It looked a bit odd there. That looked like a goal kick to Newcastle, if you ask me. But they're giving a corner anyway. Let me have a look. Oh, well, it sort of came off both of them, didn't it? Big up, Marky Mark. Just like you said, my friend, we will be on the right side of history with this board. It's 2 steps forwards, 80 steps back. Absolutely. They don't learn from their mistakes. We need a full set. Absolutely, Mark. Spot on, brother. Absolutely spot on. Couldn't have said it better myself, mate. Couldn't have said it better myself. Spot on, mate. We do need a full sale, man. It would be such a good thing for this club. You know, and we will be. Here come Liverpool, though. Good strike by Isaac. Blocked very, very well in the defence there. Good defending there from Newcastle. They managed to get the block in there. And that was a good opportunity, guys. Absolutely. It's a good opportunity there for Liverpool. Big up everyone in the stream. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Really appreciate you and the regulars. Those on the watch along regulars, thank you so much. Yeah, we get the breaking dawn. Obviously, the breaking dawn is very, very busy, obviously, in the morning. But yeah, we get the diehards on the watch alongs, don't we? We get the diehard fans on the watch alongs, the diehard supporters of the channel, the diehard chatterboxers. Big up the legends in the house, guys. Thank you so much. Especially two watch alongs today. So yeah, a good play from Anthony Elanga. Strong play for Anthony Elanga. Good work. It's going to be a foul to Liverpool though. Come on, get up, mate. Yeah, it's no foul. He's not injured there. Ephraim, big up. They abuse fans for telling the truth. Some of these fans are absolute idiots. Yeah, I've just stayed away from that because at the end of the day, you know, you can't have an opinion. The most aggressive people I've seen are the Ineos bootlickers. They're the most aggressive defensive people I've seen. They get very, very wound up when you hit them with facts, you know. And there was a number. The thing is, with Ineos, there's more questions than answers. That's the thing with Ineos. There's more questions than answers. I find more questions that can't be answered than they can. And that's the thing. Gregory, the board is entirely made up of the Glazers family members and a couple of Ineos employees, but it's 26%, don't it, Gregory? The key of Ineos is that they got in the way of a full sale. They facilitated the Glazers. They gave them mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, CPR. They were facilitators and accomplices to the Glazers. Without Ineos involved, Glazers would have had to sell the football club. The milking was milking dry, basically, and they would have left because they couldn't afford anything at the football club. Couldn't even afford the rebuilding of the academy. They couldn't afford it, of the training facilities. They couldn't afford it. They had to leave. But Ineos came in and gave him a lifeline. You know, when it was going on, I'd done a whole load of things to try and get them out. You know, unfortunately, there was a section of the fan base that fell for the heartstrings, fell for the born in Manchester born and bred nonsense, and it was all that business. What happened? We all know that was lies and manipulation, don't we? Chance headed out by the goalkeeper. Chance for Newcastle. Oh, it's a dodgy one there. Allison came out there recklessly, kicked the ball, but it went out of play, guys. They're lucky there that if it fell nicely for, I think it was, who was it? It was gone there. It was Wieso got in there, but it's a poor finish on Visa, to be honest. Visa technically had an open goal there. To be honest with you, it was a poor finish on Visa, guys. Absolutely. Yes, guys. I'll be back. You can turn it. Don't worry. Yes, guys, I'm back. Thank you, guys. Yeah, welcome to this Rival Watch, of course, which is obviously the new show on Stretford Post, which I will be doing a lot of watch-alongs, guys. Just a reminder, we have got more watch-alongs tomorrow. We've got one watch-along tomorrow. We've got Fulham against Chelsea tomorrow. That should be interesting. London derby, of course. So we've got Fulham against Chelsea tomorrow, which is going to be interesting. Let's see what happens in that game, because I think that's going to be a win for Fulham. I don't know about you, but I think that might be a win for Fulham. I think this is going to be an absolute dream weekend for Arsenal. I'm not on it. I'm not on it, mate. No way. No way. Yeah. Definitely not. Liverpool with the ball. Here goes Ngamoa. Ngamoa on the run. Elanga's telling the team to press on the throw-in. He's telling the team to press more, press more, press more. And that's a throw-in to, it's going to be a throw-in to Newcastle. Newcastle started very well, very surprising, great intensity there. You see the fitness. You see this is what really bugs me about Man United, the way we played yesterday. Everyone I've seen in this Premier League, whether they won or lost, they look more intense than us. You know, we just, even at the beginning of the game yesterday, we just looked so lethargic and slow and sluggish. It was just, you know, too much complacency. Absolutely. Ephraim, agree, Sal. Arsenal fans does not deserve so much happiness. They are so arrogant, deluded fans. Yeah. It's the worst nightmare for me, Ephraim. It really is a nightmare for me. The fact that they are winning, you know, but what can we do but win ourselves, you know, Ephraim, you know, I didn't want to be this guy. Do you know what I mean? Sign Lewis Hall, man. SF Enios. You know what? You know what this site says, Kenny, is that the fact that that's a statement from Newcastle. Basically, they're saying that no, he's not going anywhere. So we're going to have to work hard to get him. Personally, I don't think we're going to get him. Jorge Santos is going to Barcelona apparently. Jorge Salinas, sorry, is going to Barcelona apparently. Man United could have got him. I mean, Alejandro Balde would be good, but obviously Alejandro Balde he's got so much injury problems. It's going to be a huge risk, that one. Do you know what I mean? It's a huge risk, Alejandro Balde. You know, I would say. Yeah. So it's back here with the goalkeeper. Good up. Here come Liverpool, though. Liverpool on the attack here. Playing very well on that side. Frimpong. Ngamoa is a good player. I like that player. I do like it. I think he's a very good young player for Liverpool. One to look out for, definitely. I still got my, obviously, Liverpool would have question marks about Frimpong. Bobby, only Arsenal fans I know are online, and they are unbearable. I mean, when I was growing up, Bobby, I said it many times, you know, Man United were very dominant during the 90s when I was at school. And I was always very humble. I never gloated. I never rubbed it in. I wasn't arrogant. I was quite quiet. I didn't used to do things like that. But at my last year at school, which was 97, 98, they won the double. And they were the most unbearable fan base I've ever seen in my life. They're so arrogant and delusional. It's unbelievable. Unluckily for me, the year after I went to college, we won the treble. I didn't get to give it back. But over my years of watching football, Arsenal have a chance on Liverpool. Good save from the goalkeeper. Great save from the goalkeeper. It was unexpected as well, guys. Hornacek, guys. Maybe it's written in the stars. Cernacek, Hornacek. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There's a great save there. Came at him unexpectedly. Great save for the goalkeeper there, absolutely. And they were the most arrogant. Like I said many, many times, I've only had one compliment from an Arsenal fan, living in London, by the way, surrounded by Arsenal fans. One compliment over the bar there. One compliment in my entire life from an Arsenal fan. and that was just after we won the treble. I came back from Barcelona. 2 days afterwards, my next door neighbor, I came out the door, and he opened the top window, and he looked down at me, and he said, "You know, United. Hey, Sal," he goes, "You know, United. They're a good team, innit?" That was his compliment. They're a good team, innit? I said, "No shit, Sherlock. We just won the treble, mate." You know what I mean? That is the closest I've got from a compliment from an Arsenal fan in my entire life. And you're talking about a long time. I'm not young, guys. So in my entire life, you're talking about that. Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable. And the influx of Arsenal, the last team I wanted to win the league, I'll be honest with you, was Arsenal. Don't like them. I don't. They. Thank God we had the World Cup, and thank God PSG. You know PSG. You know PSG. They did football a favor. You know, PSG did football a favor. They absolutely, really did football a favor. Honestly, I'll never forget that from PSG. And the PSG fans know they did everyone a favor as well. It's not just we think like that. Other countries in the world know what Arsenal are. You know, other countries in the world know about their arrogance and their delusions and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Other countries as well. Yeah. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You're not going to change them, are you? Here come Liverpool, though. But the problem is that we do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves because we got opportunity, but we don't take our opportunities, and that's it. You know, Arsenal take their opportunities. You know, Arsenal's balled back their manager. You know, they back him to the bone, even though he's the most cringe manager you've ever seen, the most, you know, totally pewless ball, whatever. They back their guy. You know what I mean? They back him, and they relentlessly backed him over this last 6 years. Even when the pressure was heated on him with AFTV and all that, get him out of my club and all that business. You remember? You know, they stuck with him, and they let him get rid of fan favorites like Aubameyang and players like that. And he's completely changed their team, and he had the authority to do that. And the money, over $1 billion, by the way, in 6 years. That's what you get. I need a left back, I get a left back. I need a midfielder, I get a midfielder. I need a centre back, I get a centre back. That's what they do. With us, we need a left back, we don't get a left back. We need a right back, we don't get a right back. We need a centre back, forget about it. You can use Maguire. We need a midfielder, you can have Baleba, who's a cheap option. You know what I mean? And Santos and Tillmans, you know what I mean? Who nobody wanted a few months ago. And then you have the striker position. Oh, we got enough there. We can get us by. We don't need to spend in the striker. Arsenal are relentless, mate. You know, they've even improved their squad this season with Konza and Bruno Guimaraes. Cross comes in for Liverpool. Cleared away again. Liverpool are probing at the moment. Bernard, got to love the current divide between MU supporters. Apparently, if you don't go matches, you don't buy club merchandise, you are not a real supporter. I like to flip that on the head, Bernard. You know, if you got a substance abuser, Bernard, right, that, you know, abuses substances, would you give them substances? No, you wouldn't, would you? Because it'll feed into the substance. When you're buying the merchandise, right, and you're spending your money there, you've been to loads of games, have your pint, you're accomplice to our downfall. That's what you are. You're putting money in their pockets so that they can carry on their shithousery. That's it. If the money dried up, they won't be able to do this. You know what I mean? Absolutely. We need Victor Osimhen and Hall. Victor Osimhen would be amazing, mate. It would be an amazing signing. I really got time for Victor Osimhen. Really good player, underrated. People trying to compare him to Alvarez. I said, no, he's better than Alvarez, mate. He's better than Alvarez, mate. Here come Newcastle. Newcastle on the attack. Chance of Newcastle. It's a corner, is it? It's a corner. Always bossing up the left side, as usual. We need to spend the money on him, mate. We need to spend it. But the thing is, Bobby, we don't, Mandem, we don't have enough players. We need more. We need more. We need the right side as well. It's just, we never finish the job, do we? You know? Bobby, we've only got 2 out of two out and strikers. It's a joke. We got 2 players out, Ugarte and Casemiro. Ugarte's out all season. Casemiro's left. And we've got 2 in. Obviously 3 in, sorry. Baleba, Santos and Tillmans, which for me is a Newcastle window, really, isn't it? Cross comes in. It's not an elite football club window. It's not. Simon, we have the money for them 2 players. We have the money for 5 or 6 more, mate. You know, I'll be honest. We have the money for 5 or 6 more. We've gone cheap this window. People forget about the money we've earned. You know, I've been through went through this a lot of times about how much money we have, and we've been through this a lot. You know what I mean? In regards to that, you know, it's crazy how they manipulate fans to think otherwise. You know, we got no money and that. I just need look. I ain't even got all the maths here, but I know how much money Man United got. Man United really naturally have 600 million. That's with the bills paid off. That's how much we've made this summer for the Champions League, for Rasmus signing. Look, when you think about it, right? We get 200 million in revenue roughly, 100 million from the Champions League, 40 million from Rasmus, 190 million for finishing third. You know, big up Victor L for scoring an own goal for Villa. Victor Lindelof, mate. It was unlucky. It came off the post though, Simon. It came off the post. It was a little bit unlucky, to be fair. Yeah, it came up, bounced off the post, went straight in the back of the net. Do you know what I mean? It was an unlucky, unfortunate turn of events for old Victor, of course. Yeah, good play from Visa there for Newcastle. Almost through there. Liverpool at 6 and 7. Bernard, this season was one of the seasons where I hoped we would challenge. Maybe not win, but challenge. I agree, mate. Lots of teams in the top 4 in transition year. We missed our chance, unfortunately. At the moment, Bernard, what I would say to you, it's not yet over. Of course, I did say it's open season. Before the season, I said it's open season. There's an opportunity to challenge for this league. And when you challenge, you never know what can happen, innit? You know, you put the team under the pressure, and nobody wants a resurgent Man United chasing them in the league. You know, so I think it depends what happens this next 5 games. No, I did not want to lose to Hull City. I didn't want to lose any of the first opening 10. I felt we could remain undefeated for the opening 10. Little did I know. And I think now if we beat Ipswich, we're going to have to beat Everton. We're going to have to beat Man City at home. We're going to have to win those next 3 games. We do. And, you know, Arsenal will drop points. Arsenal got some tough games coming up as well. So there is an opportunity there. But losing to Hull is just, you know, it's pathetic, honestly. It is pathetic. And everything about it, you know, whether it's the board, the manager, the players, everything. I was just, yesterday, when I was supposed to do the watch along for Spurs against Brentford, I was like, you know, I'm not even in the right frame of mind mentally to do this. You know what I mean? To do this watch along, you know? Man City is not on top for now. No, they're not. Brighton are, mate. Brighton are top of the league. It's a free kick to Liverpool. Guys, 1-0 down, of course. 25 minutes gone in the game. There. As long as it stays like this. It's a good start for Newcastle, by the way. They've remained pretty solid. Liverpool have dominated possession, so to speak. Newcastle looking like more of a like playing on the counter-attack. I did say I do rate their manager, though, Newcastle. I said I do rate their manager. Their manager's good. You know, just because he managed Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia doesn't mean that he's not a good manager. He's a good manager. You know, managed Salzburg, done very well there. You know, here come Newcastle, though, on their counter. This is what Newcastle, they need bodies up to protect. They need backup. They need backup. Overrun. They need players to back him up. Good play. Good play there. They got overlapping runs here, Newcastle. Lewis Hall. And it's a throw into Liverpool. It's good play there for Newcastle, though. They get the ball well. They didn't lose the ball. That was good play from them. He play a 4-4-2. You know, Alan Madrid, you know, like I like the 4-4-2, you know. I don't know why players don't play. I don't know why teams don't play it anymore. Alex Ferguson used to play it all the time. The only time Alex Ferguson would change was when we were in Champions League. He sometimes would play 5. Oh, you know. Simon, Sal, we have been here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Big up the legends. Thank you so much, Simon. You're a legend, mate. I really appreciate you, by the way. Thank you so much, mate. Big up the legends. Big up the members as well. I've got some great membership material coming up very soon, guys. Watch this space as well. Don't forget, I've got some big things coming up, great things coming up with the community. Of course, guys, absolutely. Just for the community. Thank you so much for being a member, and thank you so much for being part of this great community. I really appreciate you joining me today, joining me all day as well, guys. Absolutely. Can Man United play 4-4-2 now? They're going to need someone a lot more athletic in the middle of the pitch. Someone who's an absolute can run from one end of the pitch to the other end of the pitch. We need a quality player like a Paul Scholes sort of player. I don't think we have that. Maybe Manu can do that. I don't know, but I think you need wingers definitely who can run and track back as well. You need to form a collaboration between the right back, right midfield, left back, left midfield. You need to build collaboration. We don't have the fullbacks, in my opinion. I would love seeing United, but that's what we were raised on, 4-4-2. I don't know why we changed this 4-2-3-1 business or 4-3-3 business. I don't know why we changed that, but I would love to see a 4-4-2 back at Man United, because the great thing about Man United and 4-4-2 is that you can transition 4-4-2 into 4 up front if you wanted to, or you can move the 4-4-2 and move a striker back and have 5 in the midfield, or you can easily move the 2. You know, it's so many. You can adjust it so many ways. You know, and Amram did it sometimes. When you saw I know he started with a 3 at the back, but we used to move into a 4-4-2 many times in the game. If you saw the transition, here come Liverpool, shot straight at the goalkeeper. 29 minutes gone here, guys. Still 1-0 to Newcastle, courtesy of Anthony Elanga. Goal, guys, absolutely. Yeah. Big up everyone in the stream. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys, if you don't mind. That'd be fantastic. There's a yellow card coming out here. It's a yellow card for Kirkes. He's going to have to be careful now. It's a yellow card for Kirkes. It's a little bit soft, but yeah, it's Elanga. Elanga did well there. Elanga did well. I think a lot of people want Liverpool to lose, Madrid. I think a lot of people want Liverpool to lose. I think so. I think they should. Liverpool not as liked as people think. They think they're liked. They're not. They're only liked by Liverpool fans. It's a free kick in a dangerous area for Newcastle, guys, here, about 30 yards out of goal. It's a free kick for Newcastle United. Another yellow card as well, this time to Van Dijk. I believe it's Van Dijk with the yellow card, is it? No, it's not. It's not Van Dijk. It's Frimpong who's got the yellow card. Frimpong has got the yellow card. So Frimpong has got the yellow card here. It's a free kick to Newcastle United with about 30. That Man City result was bad. Yeah, I didn't think it was deserved, Alex. I didn't think Man City deserved to win, you know, in my opinion. I didn't think it was deserved. Absolutely not. Come on, Newcastle. Can you do something from here? Come on, make it 2-0. That'd be absolutely beautiful. Absolutely smack up Liverpool. That'd be good. So I ain't ordering nothing from Amazon now since they bought shares in the bin dippers. Yeah, man. Have they bought it yet? Has it been confirmed, Simon? Jeffrey Bezos and all that. So I ain't Mandem. Hossam was talking a lot of nonsense yesterday. Let's see how his dusty club performs today. Sam just got married, so at the end of the day, he's you know, he's on cloud 9. I don't want to bring him down from cloud 9. Free kick straight at the wall, but I think this will bring him down to reality. I think, you know, the problem is, guys, you know, the problem is we don't have a leg to stand on because we lost to Hull, you know, and as much as I want to banter people, and I'm one of the most, I can banter all day. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes I go over the top, sometimes I don't, but I banter all day. But the problem is Man United let me down. Man United don't back up my chest. You know, I put my chest out there. I support Man United with chest, but they don't want my chest. They make me look stupid. They embarrass me, Man United. You know that? They do. They embarrass me. I don't want to see my face anymore around people. I don't want to talk about Man United. I don't want to see smug Arsenal fans in my face. You know what I mean? If they went Man City should be stripped, yeah. Sam, I've been married 18 years. I told my missus I got less time. Big up, Simon. Yeah. Damaged pride, losing the whole. I mean, no, not damaged pride. It's embarrassing, mate. Not even pride, mate. It's embarrassing. To lose the whole is embarrassing. You know. Just to let you know, Owa Bawadi has signed for Manchester City. Said his goodbyes to Lille fans today. Another one bites the dust. Dun dun dun. Another one bites the dust. Another player who Man United were linked to has left to go to a rival. There you go, guys. He's going to be a great player. Is trust me, guys. Not a lot of player people know about our Bawadi. The little player done very well in the World Cup for Morocco. He's going to be an absolutely game-changing signing for Man City. He's going to add that dynamism. You know, another great player missed out. And it's the thing. It's not about. There's so many good players that we could have got, and then we end up getting the rubbish ones. Goodness me. Right. Anyway, here come Newcastle. Newcastle playing very well. Manager's done a very good job so far. Lewis Hall. Throw into Newcastle. No. Good play from Angamura. Remember Liverpool won here last season with 10 men. It's another yellow card. A yellow card to Newcastle this time. Gravenberch is on the floor. Who got the foul there? It's a little bit harsh there. Is Millie Cyrus? It was Millie who got the who fouled there. That is an awful jersey from Newcastle. Adidas, what are you playing at? That is an awful jersey. If I ever saw an awful jersey, my goodness me, mate. You know what I think? I think Newcastle got this jersey to scam you. You know that. I think they're scamming you with barcodes on the pitch. You know what I mean? You're sitting there and all their barcodes are going through to bloody your bank account or something like that. You know what I mean? Look at that shirt is awful. I think they overdid it with the stripes. It's a tough game, opening game for Newcastle, of course, and a new manager just saw who managing Newcastle against Liverpool. He's doing very well so far. Long kick. Newcastle. Go on, Newcastle. I don't like saying that, but you know what? I support Newcastle over Liverpool. Listen, they put smoke in our eyes before the transfer window. They will go for Anderson tonight. That's why they appointed Carrick. He can't say nothing, just work with the tools he already has. Carrick's achieved his dream, Leeson, isn't it? He's achieved his dreams. He's managing Man United. He's obviously don't want to upset the apple cart, does it? He doesn't want to upset people. He was promised a lot of things. I guarantee he was promised a lot of things, right? But just like Ruben Amorim was promised a lot of things, and we didn't deliver. We've missed out. Bruno Guimaraes, Anderson, Tonali, Mateus Fernandes, Owa Bawadi. There's 5 right there in midfield. And don't try and gaslight me about Baleba. Players like, honest to God, these man, we put our feet, when we're deeper in the mud, we go further in the mud. Do you think we should have signed Edson? No, I don't rate him. Even he was like, and again, the lies they told about Edison, right? The lies, I think he's better than Baleba, honestly. But the lies they told about Edison, about he failed a medical and all that was a lie as well. Edison's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. In Italy, they said, what fouled? Carrick didn't cost any of us a penny. He's doing what the ownership want. What can he do? He can't call them out. I think he will call them out, though, eventually, Simon. I think he will call them out eventually. I think eventually he's going to call them out. I could see it happen. I really can. I can see him calling out the ownership, 36 minutes gone here, guys. 1-0 to Newcastle. I can eventually see him calling out the ownership, definitely. 100%. Guys. Can Liverpool get back into the game before half-time? Newcastle look the most likely to score, though. I'll be honest with you. If I think they're going to score again in a minute if they're not careful. Bernard, I don't know if I mentioned it, but Armand out for 6 weeks, apparently. I wondered why he didn't play yesterday. I mean, come on, guys. What's he done? How did he get out for 6 weeks? Doing what exactly? Like, come on. What are we doing in training? How can you be out for 6 weeks? What the hell are we doing in training? Oh, my goodness me. I have no clue what we're doing, guys. Honest to God. Like, what, we're going to just leave it? We're just going to leave it, though, innit? Because we don't want to buy a right midfielder, do we? We're not going to sign another player in midfield, are we? Attacking player? No way. They better give Shea Lacey some time, though. They're going to have to do that. They're going to have to give the lads a chance. They're going to have to do that. I would start implementing JJ Gabriel into the squad. Arsenal do it with Dalman, so I don't know why we don't do it. I'll start doing that. Start bringing some youngsters into the squad, man. Be brave. That's what I'll do. I don't know what we're doing with these injuries. You know, I don't. Remembering that, Jose, if I speak, I'm in trouble. Yeah, he was right. Abram spoke and he got in trouble, didn't he? Mourinho did speak at the end. He got in trouble. Ralph Ragnick spoke. He got in trouble. They all lost their job because they couldn't handle the truth. You know, chance of Liverpool, head out over the bar. Corner, another corner for Liverpool, well defended from Newcastle United there. That was a header. I thought it was going towards goal there. Alex, Edison wouldn't have been called up to the national team injured. Exactly, Alex. Exactly. Spot on. They lied, mate. They lied to everyone and they're falling for this. They've been lying from the beginning. Everything they do is a lie. You know, we beat PSG with youngsters. Exactly, Leeson. Sometimes you have to take the plunge. You have to take the risk. We're not saying play 11, play 8. We're saying play 3 or 4. Not even start them. Put them on the bench. Put JJ on the bench. Put Jim Thwaites on the bench. Put Chair Lacey. That's the future. That's how we should be. We should be looking at the future. That's what we should be doing. Not carrying on with the same old, same old, same old. Look, you know what I would say, you know? Godwill Kukunki would be left back for me by now. Harry Amass will be starting left back for me. You know? He'll be starting left back for me, not Luke Shaw. I'll put Harry Amass ahead of him. You know, it's just that I think one thing about Carrick, if I was to criticize Carrick, the one thing about Carrick is Carrick's a little bit scared to play youngsters. I think he is. I think he is a little bit concerned about playing youngsters. You know? Simon, as a fan and growing up around Old Trafford, it breaks my heart that seeing these parasites have done to my club the last 20 years. It's unforgivable. Yes, mate. But what even angers me the most, Simon, is that when we had an opportunity to sell this football club and get the Glazers out of this football club, Jim Ratcliffe came along, a fake Man United fan came along and made up a load of lies to acquire the football club. You know, that is what really, really upsets me, you know. Dark Wolf, hold on, Liverpool chance, shot blocked. Remember when people called Amram out for subbing defenders? Look how brittle our defenders are. Maybe that's why. Also, yes, give the young lads some manners. Agreed, Dark Web. Spot on. 100%. Oh, he's bringing on defensive players, you know. I think everyone was in. I think what it is, Simon, everyone was in for full sale Glazers out. That's what we were in for. Qatar were the ones that were going to do it. Look at what Qatar have done with PSG, by the way. Do you think PSG care right now about all this fake human rights rubbish that they made up? You know, they're winning things. They're winning every single week and they're winning trophies, 2 Champions Leagues in a row. Didn't have any in their history before. Everyone was happy with Ralph Ragnick saying that we needed open heart surgery, but when the manager tried to do it, they revolted. No, we don't result. No, we won't result. Exactly, mate. And what did Ruben Amram say? We could do it one way and we'll be back here next year and we'll be having the same problems, or we could do it my way, suffer a little bit, and we will improve. And we were improving when Amram was here, you know, and then, you know, we cut it off because we couldn't take it. 6 months, by the way, it took. Bobby, will Qatar come back in for us? I don't know, Bobby. What I would say is that they feel disrespected by Man United, really. The lies that were told by Jim Ratcliffe. They want nothing to do with Jim. They want nothing to do with the Glazers. The thing is, what Qatar would want is that Glazers and Jim to sell up and go. Problem is the Glazers are pricing Man United out of being affordable, you know? Qatar would have remodeled Old Trafford and yeah. Yeah, it would already be underway, Simon. It would already be underway. We would already be remodeling Old Trafford, refurb, a bit like the Bernabeu. You know, I don't know if anyone's been to the Bernabeu. If you ever go to the Bernabeu, right? I went to the old Bernabeu, and around the Bernabeu, it's like very, very tight. There's a motorway just next to it, and there's like housing estates around it. It's not like in the middle of nowhere, like the Nou Camp, for example. It's in the middle of a housing estate. They still managed to rebuild the Bernabeu. You know, Bernard, people only remember we suffer, but we don't worry. We are going to suffer this season. Yeah, well, we're going to suffer more, mate. I guarantee you, we wouldn't be suffering right now if Amram was here. Not like this. Yeah, Simon, you know it. You know, there's no excuses. There's no excuse. I've been to every ground more or less. You know, every ground more or less, and Old Trafford, you know, is one of the greatest stadiums in the world. You know, I would say, and for nobody can believe that we're just knocking it down. They're like, why are you knocking it down? What people don't forget, what people tend to forget about the shiny new seats, padded seats, heated seats, whatever it is, right? The problem is that you can't replicate the history and heritage of Old Trafford and the spirituality of Old Trafford, can you? You can't replicate that, you know. Bernard, hate being negative, mate. Honestly, I hate it. I hate it as well, Bernard. But it's not negative when you're honest and you're telling the truth. Negativity is a concept. You know, it's something that can lead to positives. If you call out problems, they lead to positives because you fix the problem. If you ignore the problem and be fake positive, the problems increase, right? You know, that's what happens. If you don't fix your illness, you get iller, you know, and that's what happens. If you fix it, you're going to be better, but you have to acknowledge the problem. You know, that's what it is. Like, even if you're a footballer, if you think you made it at 10 years old and you say you don't have to train anymore, you're going to improve or you're going to cut worse. And that's the thing. Critique is everything. Improvement. People don't understand that. I don't know. These guys, these bootlickers, whatever, they don't understand that. Dark Wolf, a question, Sal. What style of football are we actually playing right now? Counter-attack, mate. We aren't fast enough to counter-attacking. That's the problem. So what we're trying to do, let me be honest with you, what we're trying to do yesterday, we were trying to do a pressing game. But unfortunately, we don't have the players to do the pressing game. We don't have the strength in the midfield. We don't have the strength in the fullbacks. The fullbacks are not fit enough. Sorry, but they're overweight. Well, Luke Shaw is. And they don't have the drive and you know, and the winning mentality as well, you know, and the desire. Samat and the Babes played there. I can't knock it down. It's our history. Exactly. But these parasite spinners don't care. Exactly, mate. Exactly. You can't replicate that. You can't replicate Old Trafford. You know, everything about Old Trafford from World War II to now, you know, you can't replicate that history. You know, and yeah, if we're going to get relegated one day, again, by the way, if we were to get relegated, it would be away from Old Trafford. It would be in the shiny new stadium. That's where it would be. It wouldn't be at Old Trafford. It'd be outside New Texas. Old Trafford is our savior. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Greg, negativity can help you recognize problems and motivate change. Exactly. But people think it's okay just to be toxic positive and pretend that things are not there. Do you know what I mean? And things like that. It's crazy, unbelievable. The backwards thinking that these people have is unbelievable, guys. How they've gone from protesting last year to accepting everything this year. It's beyond me. It's crazy. I don't know what's gone. They've been manipulated, brainwashed, whatever it is. It's crazy. You know. Throw in to Newcastle. Newcastle are going to be 1-0 up here. I think just about. It's half-time, guys. 1-0 to Newcastle United, courtesy of Antti Elanga. Let me remind you, a former Manchester United player has put Newcastle United 1-0 up, guys. They're 1-0 up here at St. James's Park. Newcastle 1, Liverpool 0, guys. Newcastle 1, Liverpool 0. Long may it continue. I wouldn't mind a draw in this game. Wouldn't be a bad result for Man United. But you know what? Let Newcastle win this one. Let Liverpool down with them. Down with them. You know what I mean? You see it hurts, doesn't it? It's not good, is it? At the end of the day, guys. Absolutely not. Absolutely. Guys, thank you, guys. Hope you're well. Please, guys, don't forget to smash a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just a reminder, Man City defeated Bournemouth by 2-1, courtesy of 2 late goals. Brighton smashed Aston Villa by 4-0. 4 goals in the first half. Aston Villa went down to 10 men. João Gomez was sent off on his debut there, guys. Another United link, of course, guys. Just a reminder that ex-Man United player scored against Liverpool, guys. Absolutely. Who is playing? We aren't getting him. I don't know, Dark. Dark Wolf. I mean, I've seen it many times. Players play for their club and then end up going. Do you remember Dwight York playing for Aston Villa, then end up signing for Man United? It's unlikely, but you never know. Bernard, Man United have made contact with Barca for Anja Bowen, 23-year-old left back. Keen to understand the fee for Marco Alcaraz. I still said it. Let me see. Keen to understand fee, Marco Alcaraz. Big up. Welcome Marco Alcaraz to the links, because I mentioned Balde a long time ago. Simon, if it means getting relegated to get rid of these owners, I'll take it. They're not going to go, Simon. They're not going to go if we get relegated. It won't make a difference. We won't lose much, Simon. Because number one, they don't care about the pitch. They don't care about going. Man United would still sell merchandise. Man United would still sell season tickets. Man United, all they would need to do to recoup the money of the Premier League would be basically sell a couple of players and make a sponsorship deal. And they will survive. They will not leave this football club if we got relegated. They won't. We will get relegated and they'll still be there sitting there, mate. And that's what it is. They won't leave. I definitely need a backup striker, Jean-Philippe Mateta and Ollie Watkins. What's happened to Ollie Watkins? Weren't in the squad today for Aston Villa, of course. So that is a little bit of an odd one, isn't it? You know, that's an odd one. So he wasn't at the squad today. So that maybe he's leaving as well, guys. I'll be back. Back, guys. Big up everyone in the stream. We got halftime here, guys. Just to let you know, I'm going to go through some results. Let me do that. Let me go through some. I like a video print on. Remember BBC? They used to do the results and stuff. English Premier League. So it's 4-0 to Brighton against Aston Villa. Man City 2, Bournemouth 1. Currently Newcastle 1, Liverpool 0. Guys, in regards to French League 1, it is finished. Angers 0, Lille 2. Le Havre 0, Monaco 1. That's the latest score. Guys, let me see what else games we've got here. So in Turkey, it's Trabzonspor 1. Başakşehir, I never could say that name, 1. It is 1-1. Salah has scored his first goal for Trabzonspor, guys. Mohamed Salah has scored his first goal for Trabzonspor. Is Oli going to Saudi? Probably, Simon. Probably if the money's good. He'll probably go to Saudi. If the money's good. I do know Martinelli probably going to Saudi. He's going to Al Hilal, isn't he? Something like that. I am doing watchalongs for the Saudi League, by the way. We got a couple of watchalongs this week, actually, for the Saudi League. At the moment, it's Atletico Madrid 0, Villarreal 0. 58 minutes gone there, guys. And it's finished in the Championship. West Brom 3, Burnley 1. Wow, that's a big result there. Guys, that's a big result there. Massive result. Absolutely. And then we got the German Cup, which I'm not going to go through. Guys, big up everyone in the stream. Don't forget to smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I appreciate it much. They think we are negative for the sake of being negative. Absolute fools. They're idiots, mate. They're idiots, mate. Idiots. We're going to be, like I said, mate, we're going to be on the right side of history, guys. We're going to be on the right side of history. Let me just send a message. 1 second, guys. In the afternoon, so I'm like, oh, sorry about that. So hope you're well, man, and I hope you're in the Yeah, big up everyone in the stream. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. Let's get the subscriptions up as well. Let's do that as well, guys. Let's get the subscriptions up. Let's keep it going. Guys, let's keep it going. Yes, hope you're well, though. Tomorrow, let's not forget, we got the watch along between Fulham and Chelsea. Should be interesting. That one, guys. Fulham and Chelsea tomorrow. So, yeah, guys, Fulham and Chelsea tomorrow, guys. Yeah, so that should be fun. I think Fulham will win that one. Simon, I think TF is an Arsenal fan. I'm wrong. Am I wrong? I'm thinking that, and he's just making money off the back of United. I'm not going to say you're right or wrong, Simon, because I don't know. But I come from East London. I come from 5 minutes away from where he used to live. He used to live right next to me. So I have huge respect, in regards to that, because he comes from the same area as me. He's a homie, we're from the same area. We lived in the same area. I don't know. But in my opinion, Simon, what I would say is this, simple. No real Man United fan gaslights Arsenal that much. They respect Arsenal. They'll say, Arsenal are a good team. They're very good. Rah. I say that. I think everyone says that. But no Arsenal fan, no Man United fan gaslights them like that. Now, there could be two things for that. Arsenal are very potent online. There's a lot of Arsenal fans. So I wouldn't come out and say he's a fake Man United fan. He's not a Man United fan. But what I would say is this. Maybe he's taking advantage of the market because there's so many Arsenal fans out there, and it's profitable, or not profitable like that, but it's good for your platform. Do you know what I mean? And maybe that's why. There's not only him, there's many, by the way, who do that. And I've seen it. I've been on their channels. I've seen that. And yeah. But I can't gaslight Arsenal. I can't even pretend to like them because I'm a Man United fan. The rivalry is still in my head. Yes, I can come out there and say, you know what, you have to be fair. Arsenal are a good team. I can say them things, but it hurts me even saying that. It hurts me to sit here and having to talk that even Arsenal are even good. I love when Arsenal lose. I do. I don't like them. But we do it to ourselves. Look, at the end of the day, there's a difference. Like there's me who's been a Man United fan. I was probably the only one in my area who used to go to see Man United play, actually. And I didn't used to see anyone. Didn't bump into anyone. You know what I mean? I didn't bump into anyone when I was in East London going up north to watch Man United. Nobody. I didn't see anyone at Victoria Station on my coach journey to Manchester or my London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly train. Nobody. Anyone in the content creation, I didn't see anyone. I used to go every week. Every week I would go. Every other week I'll go to Man United, whether it's abroad, whether it's at Old Trafford, whether it's at Fulham, whether it's at. I used to go to all the London games, and then I used to go to all the Old Trafford games. So I didn't see any of those people from my area used to go. I didn't see people waking up early in the morning to go and see a 12:45 kickoff against Wigan. You know what I mean? At the end, I didn't see these people. So that's the thing. I didn't see people, right, after a Champions League game when the last train from Manchester Piccadilly leaves at 9 o'clock in the evening, and you can either miss the last train and wait for the next train at 1 a.m. or you could sleep over. And in Champions League nights, there's no hotels. If there is hotel, it's none, right? So what I used to do, I used to go to Manchester Piccadilly. I used to sit in Manchester Piccadilly to about 1 in the morning when there'll be a train going to I think it would go to Nottingham. And then you have to get another train that goes to Sheffield. Then you get another train that goes down to London. And by the time I reach London, it's 6, 7 in the morning. And then I have to go home quickly, have a shower quickly, and go to work. I don't think these people quite understand the love for Man United and stuff like that. What I did. You know what I mean? What I used to do. I went on a coach to Barcelona to the treble. You know what I mean? These people don't understand. I understand what Arsenal are. Arsenal don't like us. We don't like them. That's how it should be. They're not our main rivals. I have a little bit of respect because obviously we had a rivalry and we elevated each other in the late 90s, but we won that rivalry. But we didn't, we won that rivalry. But I've never really had a problem with Arsenal as such. I can't gaslight Arsenal. I can't gaslight Arsenal, right? But I have a respect in regards to the football club. But the fans are awful. The fans are awful. And I've been to loads of Arsenal Man United games, home and away. Highbury, Emirates, Old Trafford, you name it. And they're just so awful. Guys, you remember, back in 2008 when we defeated Arsenal 2-1, courtesy of a Ronaldo free kick? You remember that? And we ended up winning the Champions League and League double that year. For a present for my mate Saeed, I'm connected at Old Trafford. I can get tickets. He said to me, Sal, I want to go to see Man United against Arsenal. I said, no problem, we go. He goes, but I don't want to sit with the Man United fans. He goes, I said, I'm a Stretford ender. I have to sit in the Stretford end, but I can get you a ticket in the away end for Arsenal. Well, I just have to make a phone call. I'll get it. And he goes, but I'm going to be there. He goes, are you going to be there? I go, I'm in my end. But I went in with the Arsenal fans. One of the most difficult things I've ever done. I went in with the Arsenal fans, and honestly, the abuse that they was saying about Man United, the abuse. And it's luckily we won. It was horrible. We won, because obviously it was horrible for them. But I was sitting there, standing there, smug, in the corner, and I realized the hatred and the bitterness for Man United was absolutely incredible. They really, really didn't like us at the time. I called these fake channels out. Guess what they do? Block me. Sign of guilt, though, isn't it, Simon? When someone blocks you, it's guilty, isn't it? Simon, Sal, if you ever go to Old Trafford and you miss the train, I have a spare room for you if you can't get out. Thank you so much, Simon. I will take you up on that. I'm going to remember you on that one, mate. You know what I mean? Because I did it a couple of times. I purposely missed the train. All right? I purposely missed the train. One of the few times I missed the train was back. We lost to Real Madrid 3-2 at Old Trafford in the Champions League. You remember our quarterfinal when we were the European champions, right? And I had my train at 9:30, right? And I had my train at 9:30. So I said, you know what? Let's leave it. We missed the train. Didn't have no more trains left. So ended up creeping on trains and stuff like that and pretending we were asleep. When the ticket person would come on the train, right? The ticket person would come on the train. We were like this. When the ticket person comes on, we were like this, right? And when they ask for your ticket, act like you're very tired. And then giving you give him. And then they say, oh, sorry, sir. Click, click. And then they'll give it back. And they did. We got lucky. We managed to get back to London. But yeah, it's hard. Simon, I've sat in Fred Doan's box a few times, but I'd rather be in the Stretford end. I do prefer standing with the crowd. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. I've got many people VIP tickets, and I've sat with the crowd. Definitely, especially away from home. Like I've got my friends' tickets, whether it's Stoke, wherever it was. I've sat with the away end. But I'd rather do that myself. And let my friends have the VIP tickets and stuff like that. So I'd rather sit and celebrate and, and all that, at the end of the day. So, yeah. But I've always, and the notion, I'm always on this feeling, right, that if you can't prove that you are a Man United fan, for example, you can't show me evidence, you can't show me photos, emails, whatever it is, right, that you're a Man United fan, you're not a Man United fan. And look, ask them one question. What you do, if you have doubts about Man United, them being a Man United fan, what you do, kickoff, guys, second half has started. If you have doubts about them being a Man United fan, what you do is this. Ask them, show me pictures of when you were young in a Man United jersey. Show me something like that. Show me an email, a season ticket email like I've got. Or, you know when you used to sell your tickets to Via Go when you couldn't go to a game? You remember those days? And show me something like that. Show me something that suggests evidence that you're a Man United fan, from a long time ago. They won't. It's like Jim Ratcliffe, isn't it? It's like Jim Ratcliffe. Jim could say, maybe that's why a lot of these people like Jim, because it resonates. It sort of relates to them. Yeah, Simon, I'm sure you are. You are. I know you are. I can tell from people who are or not. You know, for starters, Man United fans don't really gaslight Arsenal, to be honest with you. They don't, you know. Cross comes in, header, chance of Liverpool, punched out, well played from the goalkeeper. Good play for the goalkeeper. It comes back to Wirtz. It's cleared again. Can Newcastle come out here on the counter attack? Counter attack for Newcastle. Newcastle got man over here. Go on, Alanga, get that ball. Well played, Alanga. Go on, mate. Ah, he's giving it away. He's giving it away. Goodness. It was nearly 1-1, and then it ended up being nearly 2-2 at the other end. And nearly 1-1, 2-0, sorry, at the other end. Newcastle need to start switching on. They do. I think the goalkeeper's done very well so far. I'm impressed with him. Cross comes in, headed away. Defensively, Newcastle done all right. You know, some part of me feels, guys, I'll be honest with you. A part of me feels I wish we played Liverpool, Arsenal, City in the first game of the season, because I guarantee you we wouldn't have that performance yesterday. I guarantee we wouldn't have that performance yesterday, because we would have been up for it. We would have been ready for it. We took Hull City lightly, and that's a problem with our mentality. Here comes Newcastle. Newcastle with Charles. The ball was too much. The ball was too much for him. Here they come again. Cross comes in, cleared away. Back here with Newcastle here. Shots over the bar. Simon, I've been to Sir Jim. I've never seen Sir Jim at Old Trafford before he got into the debate with the Yanks. He was always a Chelsea fan, mate. I know it for a fact he's a Chelsea fan. I've had someone very, very high up, Simon, tell me that Jim Ratcliffe is a Chelsea fan. He's actually got Chelsea jerseys, Chelsea memorabilia, Chelsea programs, but he doesn't particularly love football. But he used to go to Chelsea because he loves the lifestyle in London, and he loves the London life. And he got a Chelsea. I mean, how can you be a millionaire, Simon? Right? Let's face it. He's been a millionaire for 30 years. How can you be a millionaire, right, and not have a Man United season ticket or not have a box, you know, or not go to a game before the takeover process, you know? It's a joy going to games, by the way. I would fly. I live in Abu Dhabi now, right? I work in football. I do everything in football. That's why I'm here. But, right, what I would say is this, right? I would fly across the world, you know, to watch Man United. You know, if someone said, do you want to go to Man United, Liverpool? Yeah, let's go. Simon, we know if Sal, if he offered $4 billion for Chelsea, yeah, what happened to that? Where's that money gone? You know, these are the questions that when you ask the Ineos bootlickers, when you ask them these questions, they get defensive, they get upset. Even though you're asking them a legitimate question, they get annoyed, you know, for no reason. You know what I mean? Here come Liverpool on the attack here on the left-hand side. Well defended Newcastle. Ephraim, we have from top to bottom who do not know. We have from top to bottom who do not know Manchester United. Yeah. I'm sorry about people like who don't understand, like Old Trafford, for example. Like I said it, one of the first things I did when I went to Old Trafford when I was a kid, I said I wanted a picture next to the Munich clock. You know, that's what I wanted. I wanted a picture next to the Munich clock. And people don't understand how prestigious that stadium is, and you know, you just want to knock it down, and that's it. It's all right. We're gonna get a new stadium. What, we're starting over then? Basically, that's what they're saying. Let's start again. Let's forget about our history and let's start again, and let's do it Jim's way. You know what I mean? That's what it's basically like. Simon, so why not bring in the best in class? Why is he not bringing in the best in class? Because he doesn't care about the football club. It's what I said on my Twitter today. He cares about the commercial side, the money side, things that, you know, make him money, not the footballing side. As long as it sustains, he's happy with that. If it just stays and sustainable, he's happy with that. You know, maximum for the minimum. Maximum for the minimum. Bobby, yeah, he offered $4 billion for Chelsea, but he wouldn't buy United for 5.5. He's not a fan. Exactly, mate. If I was that billionaire, if I was that rich, Bobby, I would have said, you know what? Guys, you would be the same as me. If we were billionaires, you would get excited about buying Man United and making Man United the best team in the world, right? You would say, right, I'm going to make us unbearable again. I'm going to make us the best team in the world. I'm going to get all the best players. You'd be like that, isn't it? You say, they're not going to get me out of their hair. I'm going to make sure under my relentless quest to make us the best football team in the world. What do we need? How do we do it? And that's what I would do. You know, not vanity project. We have to sell players, make people unemployed. You know, and people celebrated this. Oh, it had to be done. Oh, it had to be done. All that crap. You know, it's a disgrace, man. They're a disgrace. Honestly, can't say it more than that. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Don't forget to smash a like, guys. Big up Cash. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I think Tillman signing is a big risk in more ways than one. He started first team football at 16, and usually bodies of these early starters give up early. And we gave him 5-year contract, 29. You know what, Cash? I have to applaud that comment. You're absolutely spot on, mate. Yeah, absolutely. I think the gaslighting of this Tillman signing was ridiculous. He's 29 years old. I didn't even rate him at 17. I didn't think he was good enough for Man United at 17. When he played for Leicester, I didn't think he was good enough then. No offense, but I didn't. You know, I mean, I think it was just a panic buy, and people looking at, oh my goodness, we signed Tillmans. Mate, he's not a Man United player. He's a Villa player. You know, he's that type of player. He's not a Man United player. Maybe good for the squad. Maybe as a coming as a substitute with about 20 minutes to go, but not a Man United starter, for goodness sake. And every one of our players, really, that we purchased. Shot, close from Gakpo. Every one of the players that we purchased, guys, every one of the players, there's question marks over those players. You can't look at me in the eye with any player that we purchased and gone, bloody, that's a good signing. That's a good signing. There's always this doubt in your head about those players. There's this doubt in your head that, you know what, Baleba didn't play well for a year. Andre Santos played badly. Well, didn't play badly for Chelsea, but, you know, Chelsea came low in the league. He didn't really impact anything. What has he done? And then you say, you say Tillmans on the end of his career, back end of his career, in big games goes missing for Belgium, for example. You know, he's declined. He's declining. He's on the downward spiral. And Tillmans is the Villa player we needed, a Tonali type player. Agreed. The jury's still out on Santos and Baleba. They're young kids. We are Manchester United. We need experienced players in the middle. We need starters about 25, 26. We need starters about 25, 26. That's what we need. You know that peak age, Simon. The Kones, the Tuminis, the Alex Scotts. You need starters in there. We ain't got that. We got Tillmans, who I don't think is good enough. I'm worried about him. Did you see him yesterday? And then he goes, oh, we're going to go again. He's learning quick, isn't it? He's learning quick. We're going to go again next week. Disappointed, but we go again next week, you know? How many times have we heard that? Dark Wolf, I am worried about Baleba. If a big club looking at you and you aren't getting the move, makes you under... Oh, it's 1-1. It's Gakpo. Liverpool have equalised, guys. Gakpo has equalised. It's 1-1. Liverpool won, Newcastle won, for goodness sake. Liverpool have equalised. It was coming, to be honest with you. It was coming to, it was a good finish. It was a very good finish. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Rashford, that did. It was a very good finish. 1-1. Newcastle haven't really started the second half too good, to be honest with you. They haven't played. They're not playing football, but it's 1-1, guys. Not good. Not good. 1-1. What can Newcastle do? Can they respond? Let me read Dark Wolf. Sorry. Makes you underperform. What happens if Real Madrid come for him when he plays for... Dark Wolf, you said exactly what I said the other day. If he underperforms for Brighton because he was linked to Man United, I personally don't think that is the case. I personally think that other teams, the players worked him out. They worked him out. They worked his game out. But if that is the case, exactly that, you know, imagine Real Madrid let's say Baleba plays well for 2 years. Imagine Real Madrid come in for him and we say, no, we're not selling him. And he has assault and he doesn't play for Man United. You know, exactly that. Simon, I'm gutted these clowns didn't get Kone. He was much cheaper as well, yeah. Yeah. better and cheaper. One plays for France, one struggling with Cameroon. Cameroon, I've done the AFCON watch. They're not great. Didn't qualify for the World Cup. And there were some bad teams that qualified for the World Cup, by the way. You know, Carousel qualified for the World Cup. You know, here come Liverpool again. Come on, Newcastle. Newcastle, wake the hell up, man. I suppose 1-1 isn't a bad result, but they got to wake up, man. Really do. They're letting Liverpool into the game too much, in my opinion. Cleared away. We got about 34 minutes of the game to go, guys. Still 1-1. Yeah, they're letting Newcastle, they're letting Liverpool into the game. Newcastle go get going again. You know, maybe make a couple of substitutions. I don't know, but yeah, they haven't got much players there anymore, have they? Florian Wirtz. Ingamoa. Chance for Liverpool. Shot blocked. But comes back out here to Liverpool again. Simon, I have a cheat code for all the games, but only watch United. Big up, mate. Here come Newcastle. Go on, Newcastle. Go on. Go on. Yes. Great goal. Brilliant goal. Yes. That's a goal. What a goal. Liverpool are down 2-1. Newcastle have scored. What a goal that was. Wow. Great goal. That was a good goal. Get in. That was a good goal. Really, really good goal. Impressive. Good run. Good strike. The 2-2 is on, by the way. The 2-2 is on. Don't know who said 2-2, but he's on. There you go. Get in. That's what it's about. It's good play there. He ran all the way the length of the pitch. Have we got a goal of the season already, guys? Look at it. How many men he took on? Oh, yeah, he did pass it, actually. Great finish. Simon, do you think Florian Wirtz was worth it? At this moment, no. Was very good in the Bundesliga, though, I have to admit. I don't think he was worth the money they pay for him. No, they wasted the money. There's a difference between spending money and buying the right players. What Man United need to do, we've told them what the right players are. We've given them ideas what the right players are. We're giving them loads of examples. The thing with Man United is this, right? Man United need more than we need backups as well. We don't only need first team players, we need backups as well. But we need to buy the first team. And the first team should be strong. You know, it should be strong. And I don't think it is. I think our midfield's still weak. I think our midfield's weaker than last season. Is that even possible? You know? Big up Willock. We need them to dunk Liverpool. Both of them have their own little beef. Big up Liverpool. Like, you know. Liverpool fans talk to they do talk a lot, though, don't they? They do talk a lot. United can go out and buy the best, but these parasites, they don't want to do it, mate. They don't want to do it. Their idea is to maintain, not to move up. How much of the current squad would you keep? It's very easy to say. I can tell you the players I'll keep. Cedi Lemans. Let's forget about young players, right? Let's forget about youth players. So the players I would keep is Cedi Lemans. That's about it. No, Cedi Lemans, Aiden Heaven, Lenny Yoro. These are the ones I keep, yeah, because I think they've got good futures. Lenny Yoro. Looking at the team now, Kobe Mainu, probably keep him in the squad. I look at it and I think it's very difficult, man. I'll probably keep him Buemo. Probably keep Cunha, like him around. 5 players, that is. And Sesko, 6. So Sesko, that's 6 players. Pushing it that I would keep at Man United right now. All right, Dorgu, 7. Right, you got 7. You don't even got a front 11 there. Oh, yeah, I said Sesko, Shunda. You ain't even got an 11 there. I got 7 players that I would keep at a stretch. Right? Then you got to think about the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th first team player. So that's 4. Then you got to think about the backup players, you know, and the players that can play in the positions. The midfield it doesn't make me excited, mate. It doesn't there's none of that midfield I would go if you can have anyone in Europe. None of those players I'll pick. Hello, Sal. Big up subject. What's going on, my man? Are you doing well? Ahmed could be out for 6 weeks. For what? Yesterday they told us he had a slight knock. I don't know what's going on with Man United in their medical department, mate, but it is really, really strange. Don't you think that Man United keep picking up these weird injuries? Don't you think so? These weird injuries that keep cropping up out of nowhere. You know? How? And what timing, by the way? Just when the season starts. Lovely. You know, just what we needed, isn't it? But maybe in the stretch of the imagination, it might push Ineos to do business. You know, it might push them to do something. You know, maybe in a weird world that we live in. It's Newcastle 2, Liverpool 1, guys, in this game. Big up everyone in the stream. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it a lot. 7 out of 25 players are worth keeping at the club. Yeah, that's what I said about 7 out of 25. There's 20. Look, I understand young players are going to be in there. I understand that. So I would keep place with JJ Gabriel, Shea Lacey, of course, Harry Amas, probably players like that. I wouldn't keep places for injured players, though. Leachart, Delict, Mount, no. Before Delict signed, and Delict was very good when he signed for Man United initially, but a Bayern Munich fan came on the community and he spoke about Delict and he said Delict is injury prone. Oh, another one who I may keep is Nus Mazraoui. I might keep him for his versatility, but he'll be a squad player. You know, Munoz has come on for Liverpool. McAllister's come on for Liverpool, by the way. We got too many of these players, Dark Wolf. You know, we got too many of these players that miraculously get injured. Like it's like, and they're not only injured for a week, they're injured for weeks and months. Why? Has anyone had a look at our medical department? Have we ever thought about looking at our medical department for a little while and to see what's going on with the medical department? That's what I want to know. Because why do we keep getting these big injuries? 6 weeks here, 2 months there. I won't keep Mainu. I don't think he's strong enough to be playing in a team challenge for titles. The one thing about Mainu, I don't know yet. One thing I'll say is too young to judge, but I would say that there's a big season for him this season, Dark Wolf. And this season, I will make up my mind. He's got huge responsibility in that midfield this season because we ain't got Casemiro. So Mainu's going to be the experienced Man United player in that midfield. Let's see how he handles it. You know, here's the time. He's still very young. You know, here's the time. You know, but I don't think Andre Santos is good enough. I don't think Tillman's is good enough either. As I stand right now, I don't. I've watched them a lot of times. I haven't looked at any of those players and thought, whoa, what a player. Free kick to Liverpool. Shantan, Hassal, do you think we have any leaders in the team? Not merely senior players, but leaders that inspire perhaps Casemiro type? No. We have it. You know, there's 2 types of experience, Shanta. There's 2 types of experience. Experience in winning, experience in losing. We have a lot of experience in losers. That's what we have. The closest we get is probably Bruno, who's won trophies with Portugal, or Licha Martinez, who's won a World Cup with Argentina. But that's about it, but not club football. There's no one in our team that you look at, he's won this Premier League, Champions League. You know, we got the odd League Cup, FA Cup here and there, but that's beyond the point. There's no one in our team has sustained a league challenge. And that's telling. That's a big problem. Cross-country in Liverpool, chance. Straight at the goalkeeper. That's telling. That's a problem. That we ain't got anyone in our squad who's actually experienced in challenging for a league. You know? There's no one. We could talk all day long about all the players that we got and who should be captain. You know? Cash, I think next season Bruno Shaw and Maguire leave. Maybe this season, you never know. Bruno looks very, very down. And I also think we sell one of them, Ahmad in Bremo or Lacey. Most probably Ahmad finances their new signings. Yeah. Chance of Liverpool. He done too much there. I would sell Ahmad. I would. Cash. I wouldn't sell Lacey. I think he's very good. He's got potential to be a very good player. Very good. I wouldn't sell him Bremo yet. Give him another season. One of our better players yesterday in Bremo. Him and Le Mans were the best players on the pitch. Mainu can't cover for Casemiro. His defensive output is bottom percentage. Out of the midfielders in the top leagues, his passing is limited to 5 yards, and he never looks like he's trying. There you go. We'll have to wait and see. Dark Wolf is a big season for him this season. You know, you can't just be guaranteed a spot in the Man United team. You've got to prove it, haven't you? You know, replacing Casemiro with Baleba feels laughable. It is laughable, mate. It is laughable. Well, rival fans are laughing at us. That's for certain. Simon, Sal, let me tell you, Cher Lacey, born into a family of Liverpool fans. He put on our shirt from a young age. Proper United fan then, mate. You know how hard it is to do that. Love that. Love that. Marcus, our club owners are so bad. It not only trickles down into the field, the mediocre talent. Chance, oh, goodness me, that was close. Display, but even into our medical team. Fire them. Ineos probably has the cheapest medical crew in the EPLG. Yes, mate. Why do we keep getting these long-term injuries? For doing nothing, by the way. Nothing. He is a true Man United fan. I'll keep Cher Lacey. Yeah. Shot straight at the goalkeeper. I'll keep Cher Lacey. I would keep JJ Gabriel and Cher Lacey will be slowly but surely getting into my first team now. I'm tired of waiting now. I would be like, you know, these players, I'll say, you know, these players, they're coming through, those young players, a bit like what Alex Ferguson did with the Castle 92. He told the older lot, he said, you see those players there, they're going to be replacing you. They're going to be replacing you. You know, that's what we do. Cash, Hunter here, Sal. Bro, do you think Mbeumo is it? Yes. But can I say something? I feel that playing for Man United, there's a problem. There's a poisonous thing that goes around Man United that anyone who signs for us suddenly doesn't play like they did at their other clubs. Have you noticed? Chance of Liverpool over the bar. When you talk about Cunha, Mbeumo, you know, these players have played nowhere near like they played for Wolves and Brentford. You know, so when you look at that, but then again, you look at Mbeumo and he's moved all over the place. He's not playing in one position. He's playing up front. He's playing left wing, right wing. They're not playing him, you know. But why does every single player that comes to Man United are so inconsistent and they don't play for us? Why? You know, I'm petrified about Baleba coming to Man United. I really am. I don't think he's got the mentality. I don't think he's particularly good, but I don't think he's got the mentality. Simon, what has happened to Mason Mount out for Mount? What's going on there? He needs to go, mate. He needs to go. I'm tired. We're like A&E FC, mate. You know what I mean? He needs to go. Mason Mount needs to leave this football club. Mason Mount needs to be out of this football club. And Luke Shaw and all these players, injury-prone players. De Ligt, Lee Chuck. We're tired of waiting around for them. Araujo's coming off for Liverpool. Why aren't we bringing in Toby Keller into the squad? He looked like a proper fighter in the middle when we played him. Couldn't be worse than what we have. Yeah. You know who's the man, Dark Wolf? You know who's the man who should walk into that Man United midfield right now? People not mentioning him. Jim Thwaites. He is the next one. Jim Thwaites is head and shoulders above Collier, Jack Fletcher, Tyler Fletcher, all these players. Jim Thwaites is the next one. We won't give him an opportunity, though. You know who else needs to get into that squad? JJ Gabriel, Cher Lacey. Sal. Chance, what do you think of Baleba? I'm not going to lie, Usala, because I'm not a liar. It was not in my top 10 transfers that I wanted at Man United. And that's my fact. That's a fact for you, right? But I'll support him. That's all I can say to you, Usala. I'll support him all the way. Man United player, I wish him the best. It's hard. It's hard at Man United. Let me tell you, it's hard. So I wish him all the best. Cash, I think I think there is only one common factor: the old guard, Shaw, Maguire, Rashford. They have laid the foundations of the mentality of our team's last 10 years. Agreed. Absolutely, Cash. Spot on. CD World 5283. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Yes, Sal, Shalasi and Gabriel can be our Gavi and Pedri. Trust me, man. CDA, I love your thinking, mate. I love your thinking because that's how I think. I think like, what would Barcelona do? JJ would already be getting into that Barcelona side 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there already, mate. He would already been there. You know, if Man United had Yamal, right? If Man United had Yamal, Man United wouldn't even give him his debut by now. That's how we think. We're too worried about, oh, he's too young, or he's not physically this or that. We're too worried about that, you know? Simon, Sal, when I see Rashford wearing a number 9 shirt, it told me these honors ain't going there. They ain't got a clue, mate. A man can come out and he can slander Man United, talk badly about Man United, downplay Man United, disrespect Man United. He walks back into Carrington like nothing happened. He walked back into Carrington like nothing happened. Dark Wolf, I would love to see all of them play. I am worried that we would be throwing them into the deep end, though. You don't have to play them straight away, though, Dark Wolf. You play them, 20 minutes here, 15 minutes there. Like Ipswich Town. If we're winning, bring them on. If we're winning comfortably, bring them on. 10 minutes here, 15 minutes, no harm. It's no harm. I'll give an example. Why didn't we play them against Rosenborg? Right? What was the harm in playing them against Rosenborg? What was the harm in playing them against Atletico? What was the harm in playing them against, I don't know. I don't think it's serious with Salah. I think Balaba's all right. Balaba's all right. It's not serious. It's not long term. It's going to be a free kick to Liverpool. No, it's a chance to Liverpool. A wide. They signed Rashford and called him a new signing. I know. It's like a new signing, isn't it? Oh, God, we've been there before, haven't we? Rashford made his bed for me. Why is he back? Because we're weak. We're weak, mate. It's as simple as that. As a football team, we are weak, mate. We got about 20 minutes to go, guys. 18 minutes to go in this game, sorry. I say bring them on if we're losing also. Can't be worse than this. Do you honestly think, Dark Wolf, that if we played against Hull with JJ Gabriel, right, Shea Lacey, right, right, in that team, we would be as bad as yesterday? It can't get any worse, could it? Why didn't they play Josh, or why is he still here? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, right, this is Man United. If they're bad at one thing, they're even worse at the other thing. If they're bad at buying players, they're even worse at selling players. If they're not interested in Joshua Zirkzee, if they don't think Joshua Zirkzee is good enough, they should get rid of Joshua Zirkzee, shouldn't they? You know what I mean? Marcus, I'm superstitious when you have bad ownership. It brings you a bad juju to the club. Like you said, a player comes from another team and their game suffers. Why is that? Great owners, great. Yes. Atmosphere equals performance. Atmosphere, feeling, mentality, culture, all contributes to this football club, to a big football club. It contributes. Do you know what I mean? The mind boggles, absolutely. We don't have that. Like, we are a piece of puzzle. We're like a big puzzle, a big, massive puzzle all over the place. And we are like, we're going to put that place in there and we're going to put that place in there, right? You can see what the puzzle's starting to become, but it's still a mess. That's what Man United are. When we need someone to come in and fix the whole puzzle, and there it is, a big puzzle of Old Trafford, a big puzzle of Old Trafford. That's what we need, Absolutely, Dark Wolf. Yeah. They would have had something to prove. They would have shocked a few people. What I would have done is after the first half, after it was going so badly, or as soon as they scored the second goal, I said, right, that's it. You, off. I would have said straight away, you, get off the pitch. I've seen enough. Ipswich would be JJ, Shea, Kukunki, Armour. It'd be all of them players in the squad. All of them. I'll start drifting out all the old guard, man. Bruno as well. Bruno's got to improve a lot. Bruno goes missing. He doesn't take... when things are going badly, Bruno doesn't thrive. Bruno thrives in sometimes. He goes missing a lot. But he's not the biggest problem. Josh should have been on for us, even if we know he's not good anyway. He was fitter than most. Yeah. And he's one of our better players in the preseason as well. When Ronaldo said before, our young player are too lazy to do anything, no more extra training, he actually directed it at Rashford and Sancho. Yes, he did, subject. Yeah, he did. So I'd sell Bruno. If we get an offer, I probably would now. But he needs to be replaced. My biggest fear, Simon, is that we don't replace him. Lewis takes the free kick, cleared away by Liverpool. We got 14 minutes to go, guys. Yeah. If someone comes in with his release clause is 56 million, I think now we could have got 100 million from him. It's mad, isn't it? But the problem is if we do sell Bruno, who comes in? You know, they won't sell. Oh, almost from Newcastle. They won't. I guarantee you, it's no guarantee that they're going to replace him, and they're going to put that money in their pocket. That's my biggest worry of it. That they put that money in their pocket. That's what I don't like. You know, I don't like that idea. I really don't. Them putting the money in their pocket. I think Josh could play in Bruno place. He can, yes, he can. And I would start playing him. Definitely. We ain't replaced Casa. No, we haven't. No. There's only a few players in world football that would replace Casemiro. You know, only a few. Sal, they could acquire Angelo Stiller. They could, yeah, but they won't. I bet you goes Newcastle or something, and then he ends up signing for another club for about 80 million in a couple of years' time. Ephraim, we do not have time to replace Bruno. No, we don't need enough. Look, at the end of the day, we need a left back. We'll probably get a left back. That'll probably be it. I guarantee we'll probably get Alejandro Balde. He's injured after 1 week, and then you know what I mean, and then that's it, guys. Not sure about Diego. He's a low center of gravity player. This is why he can do those sharp turns and dribbling. Don't know yet if he can do the same when he grows tall. He will do it, Cash. I've watched him a lot. He's ready. He's ready. He's our Lamine Yamal, mate. Lamine Yamal. He's our Lamine Yamal. He should be playing, mate. He's got the ability. He would cause so many problems for Premier League defenders. He would cause so many problems for Premier League defenders. He's ready, trust me. Seen enough of him. You know, start playing him. Give him 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. Share Lacey, JJ Gabriel, get them in, working together on that forward line. Trust me. Yellow card for Newcastle player. McAllister's on the floor. Big up, Dog Wolf. Yeah, big up everyone in the stream. Thank you, everyone who's joined me for these 2 watch-alongs, guys. I'm back tomorrow for Wolves. I'm back for Breaking Dawn, and then I'm back for Fulham against Chelsea tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, we've got Fulham against Chelsea in the evening. So, totally sorry, though. He looks very, very class. JJ Gabriel's class, right? Trust me. He's the best thing to come out of Carrington I've seen in 30 years. The guy is a genius. He's 15, you know. When that guy hits 17, people are going to be like, whoa. If he stays, though, there's teams hovering around. You know, there's Barcelona and Real Madrid scouts every time at our training, at our youth games. You know that, looking at him. Free kick. Cleared away by Newcastle. Come on. JJ Lacey, Jim Freights, Jaden Camerson. Yep. And next few years, Kai Rooney. Chance. Oh. Almost. 10 minutes to go, guys. Still 1-0 to 2-1 to Newcastle. So a 50k player for Hill made our midfield from Hull made our midfield look like shit. How that happened? You know what it is? Talent is only a small part of it. Effort is the most is the biggest part of it. You know, talent can only get you so far. If you don't show talent, if you don't show effort, talent's meaningless. You know, there's been many players who play for Man United. Let me give you an example, right? Morrison, who's played for Man United, one of the most talented players you see coming out the youth team, right? And didn't make it, didn't have the mentality, didn't have the drive, didn't have the ambition. You know, who's to say we haven't got a few Morrisons in the team now? You know? that haven't got the drive, haven't got the ambition, don't want to play. Now, I would look at that team and I think, you know how many players, you know? Bruno was shit, Salah. It's not the first time. You know, we do need to start edging players out, but not Bruno first. There's players we need to edge out first. Harry Maguire, Mason Mount, Luke Shaw. These players need to leave. And if anyone is injured, guys, 9 minutes to go, guys. If anyone's injured, then they leave. They have to be pushed out as well. 100%. I'm banging on about effort, passion, hunger, and personality. Exactly. Does anyone think that when Alex Ferguson was managing Manchester United, that we had the best players? Does anyone think we had the best players? Is John O'Shea, Darren Fletcher, Wesley Brown the best players? No. But what did they have? Hunger, drive, desire, you know, to succeed. We don't have that these days, you know. 10 more minutes. Come on, Newcastle. Absolutely. Have you seen Thwaites? What do you think of his ceiling? Beckham, Cash. Beckham. Seeing his free kicks. I ain't seen free kicks like that since David Beckham. Unbelievable. Brilliant player. Simon, I think Shalacia should stay in the first team. Agreed, Simon. I rate players based on wild work ethic and leadership determination. If those are missing, you can have all the talent in the world. It amounts to nothing. Yeah, it's something that we miss, guys. Talent is just one thing. Yeah, you have to have talent. But what gets you through? Desire, work ethic, belief, ambition. You know, I want to be the best. Vert, Stinker and Hoot, says Red Devil Studio. 10 ways to waste 150 million. They could have gave that to me, mate. They could have gave me 150 million. Well played, Lewis. Not Lewis Dunk. Lewis Hall. Well played. Well played to him. Thank you, everyone in the stream, guys. Big up everyone who's supporting this channel. Thank you for these last 2 watch-alongs. It's been a good ride. This will be a decent result for Newcastle and all of us, of course. Newcastle 2, Liverpool 1. Not a good start for Areola. Good start for the new manager of Newcastle, though. Absolutely. We have players who are at Man United right now, guys, who don't even like Man United. And we got players at the football club who don't like Man United, who don't want to play for Man United. Can you believe that? That's one of the worst things that I think, you know. There's players who've openly criticized our football club and slandered our football club. Big up Red Devil Studio, new subscriber here. Big up, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much, Red Devil Studio. You're a legend, mate. Welcome to the family, man. Yeah, it's not the best 24 hours for us, but we're trying to cheer ourselves up a little bit. I know it doesn't seem that way, but we are. We're trying to cheer ourselves up. We just lost to Hull, so hey ho, hey Hull, you know. Yeah, this is cheering me up. Liverpool are losing by 2-1 to Newcastle United here at St James's Park. There we go, guys. Don't speak before you know. Sal, what would have been your 3 dream signings for midfield this year? For me, my 3 dream signings in midfield. One would be Tuamini. The other one would have been, it's a header, keep it. The other midfielder for me probably would have been, I like Anderson. I think Anderson would have fitted in well at Man United, or Tonali. Anderson, Tonali, and Tuamini. That would have been it. Probably something like that. I like Alex Scott, though. So I would, if it's not Anderson, you get Alex Scott. I like Alex Scott. I think he's a good player. Simon, sorry, Nicky. I think Baldy want Man United. I think he does, yeah. But the thing is that now, guys, in regards to Alejandro Balde, there is a problem with him and Thomas, obviously Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick believes that his work ethic isn't up to scratch. I just want to bring this into the conversation. That's what Hansi Flick thinks, that, you know, he doesn't have desire. You remember we were talking about desire today? Hansi Flick thinks that's outside. Chance that Newcastle cleans through. This could be 3-1. It's 3-1. Nah, come on. You got to score there. You got to score there. Simon, to be honest, I don't think Newcastle would get the result against Liverpool selling their best players, but that's what desire, belief, heart brings you, isn't it? That's what it does, Simon, isn't it? You see, you can get results. It's 11 against 11. You can get results, but you have to want it. You have to want it. You know, these are the sort of results Man United used to do. Like, you know, man for man, we you know, not all of our players are always Tom Cleverley and Gibson and people like, but we got results. I would have even taken Joel Linton over what we got. My dream is Vitinha, Neves, and Caicedo. You know what, Cash? I'm talking about realistically, mate. I would love Vitinha and Neves at the football club. Of course I would, out of everyone. But I was thinking more realistically, mate. I was thinking more on attainable players that would, you know what I mean? But obviously I would take Vitinha and Neves. Of course I would. Thomas, lack of desire is United is shameful, absolutely. Gregory Sal, they want to go cheap. What would you have done to fix my this team with 150 million instead of what Manchester United did this summer? Not 500 million. 150 million, what would I have done? Quite easy. I would have got Angelo Stiller in there for 50 straight away. Would have got Manu Konu in there for 50. That's 100 million. God, that's 2 players in there. And I probably would have, my priority probably would have been a left back. That's a, you know, and probably would have got Lewis Hall or someone like that. You know? So that's a red flag on Balde. Flick actually really strict about this part. Yeah, read about it. There's a lot of stuff going on about Alejandro Balde. I'm not going to paint it with the same brush. Obviously, Man United are different, but, you know. If we went behind, we hit more goals. Yeah. Didn't expect Vida to collapse like that, to be honest. Emery might walk this season. What do you take him at United? No, Red Devil Studio. Absolutely not, no. I think he's a manager that can take you to certain places, but not the place, if you know what I mean. He'll drive you halfway and drop you off. That's what I'll say. I want Luis Enrique, Red Devil. I want Luis Enrique. I think he should be Man United manager. I've said this from the beginning. I would really love Luis Enrique at Man United. I really would. He'd be absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean? If he came to Man United. Didn't expect, yeah, Villa's collapsed, Red Devil, you know, though. That was terrible. Sal, watching City, I was so worried they are flat. City were flat, but they managed to get the 3 points, didn't they? Surprising, because they didn't play well. I thought Bournemouth deserved at least a point. Cash, for me, the saddest thing is I think Blaber is the best midfield signing we have made. Before the window opened, I would have never taken Blaber. Yeah, Cash, yeah. You got a point there, Cash. And he ain't even in the top 10 for me. You know, and then, you know, now he's become the best signing. That shows how bad our window has been. Cross. Oh. That just shows how bad our window has been. How underwhelming our window has been. You know? Could have taken Aidan Atney from Borough. Looked very good in the midfield for Everton and would have been cheaper than we got. Well, he's definitely better than some of the players we got. Should have dropped 25 million a year for Enrique, but unfortunately, both the owner and cheap exactly subject. He would have come to Man United, I guarantee you. Guarantee you. What better incentive to come to Man United and make Man United the best team in the world again? You'll be a legend, mate. Forget about PSG. If you'd done that to Man United, you would be a legend. You would be a legend if you did that to Man United, you know? Here come Newcastle again. Newcastle, they're the ones who look like they're going to get a third goal here. Oh, shot. Liverpool have been well beaten here, guys. They've got about a minute to go. How is Baleba our best signing with injury? True say, Simon, but I think out of Andre Santos Tillmans, this is a close one, though, isn't it, Simon? It's a very close one. It's not the best 3 midfielders I ever thought. They wouldn't be in my top 20, that's for sure. You know, top 10. Sean, I think Liverpool and Manchester United are going to struggle this year. Spurs need time to gel. I agree with that, Sean, yes. We got a massive game against Ipswich Town. We got a massive game against Ipswich Town, guys. If we don't beat Ipswich Town, there's going to be hell come loose, guys, you know? Alan, since our window is underwhelming, we are still about 8 players behind schedule. So maybe 2029 is the year we should win the league. Big up Alan. Big up yourself. Big up Cash. I think you're one of the real ones and talk much sense. Way better than the other guys you know for doing United content. Thank you, Cash. I appreciate you, mate. One thing about this channel I appreciate everyone. We're all Reds, mate. We all want Man United to win. We all want to be champions. We all want to. We all suffering the banter at the moment. We're suffering the pain together, guys. Every one of us is suffering the pain here. 5 minutes of injury time, guys. 5 minutes of injury time in this game. Come on, Newcastle. You got to hold on, mates. Matey mates, you got to hold on. Five minutes of injury time underway, guys. We got to get this. You got to hold on. Red Devil Studio. I think Arsenal go back to back. I probably think so. Maybe. Cross comes in. Sabonis lie. Well punched out. Goalkeeper's done very well today. League and too many teams in transition also could have spent 45 minutes on Sangare. It also looks good. Sangare is what would be our best midfield signer if we sign Sangare. So Sangare is a name that we've spoken on this channel numerous amounts of time, mate. Numerous amounts of time. Sangare is one of those players we've spoken about religiously on this channel, but we didn't make the move because we're idiots, ain't we? Man United board are idiots. They could. I think Sangare is better than Baleba, and we didn't go for him. Shanta, Luis Enrique seems the only manager with the big enough personality to take over United. I can't think of one other. Yeah, he's the biggest one. He's the one with no. It's always risk, but he's the one that is perfect for me. He's the perfect manager, the winner. Everything. Alan, I said it previously. Man United should hire you, Alan. I would love them to hire me, but I'll get sacked after a couple of weeks because I'll be calling out the ownership. Simon. If these players don't put in a shift, it will be 0 points from 6. Bloody hell, Simon. If we lose to Ipswich, mate. If we lose to Ipswich. And you know what they're going to do? They're all going to blame Carrick. That's what everyone's going to... They're all going to blame Carrick. They're going to forget about the board. Conveniently forget about the board. We've got 3 minutes to go, guys. Sal, I'm fuming when Ephraim, big up. Sal, I'm fuming when Shaw said yesterday we will have an excellent season. Last season, what did Shaw say? We're going to win the league. We're good enough. It's the best bunch. He said that every season, mate. He says the same thing every season. Dark Wolf, that's it. Our next windows aren't underwhelming as well. If we get a few of these windows, I will look like Santa when we win. I'm already starting to look like Santa. Look at the beard, mate. I'm already starting, mate. Simon, please smash a like. Thank you so much. Sal, would you stand up for what's right for players out? Yeah. They would sack you. They would sack me. Yeah, they would sack me. They wouldn't hire me in the first place, mate. I'm too controversial. There's some people wanting me have me on their channel because I'm too real. Far too real. Cash, if it takes a lot of courage to come out and say Tillmans is not good signing among so much gaslighting and overhype, I love that about you. Take a real one to stand up and clear beliefs. Thank you so much, Cash. Look, listen. They're cowards, Cash. Every single one of them are cowards. They'll never come on this channel. They'll never debate me one-on-one. They wouldn't about this, right? Nobody, right, wanted Tillmans before we purchased Tillmans, right? Nobody apart from the Baleba fanboys and girls wanted Baleba. Nobody wanted Andre Santos. I was the first channel on here to mention Andre Santos, by the way, 3 months ago. But nobody wanted these players. They're lying because they're Glinios bootlickers. They want to justify why Ineos are good in their eyes. That's why they're doing it. They're not doing it for the benefit of the football club. They're doing it through ego. They don't want to be proven wrong. So anything that Ineos bring to the table, they're going to accept like puppies. Right? That's what they do. And then I said it many times on this channel, guys. People vouch me. We could sign a mannequin with a Man United jersey. They'll try and gaslight it. That's what it is. I could put that shirt right there on a mannequin and they will gaslight it. Oh, it's a body in the midfield. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? This is what they are. They're maniacs. They're lunatics. They're arrogant, egotistical, dead ball knowledge, low IQ, you name it. Sellouts as well. It's another thing. Shaw's interviews are so generic and uninspiring. Yeah, he's everything that annoys me about Man United. It's Luke Shaw. Everything. Simon, I won't blame the manager. I will call out the board. I'm not going to blame the manager now. Whether he's right or wrong. Penalty to Liverpool. Oh, my goodness me. It had to be a penalty to Liverpool. Oh, no, guys. They've got a penalty. Victor Munoz has won a penalty. Oh, my goodness me. For crying out loud, man. Why did you do that? Oh, you can't argue there. Was it Lewis Hall? It was Lewis Hall, wasn't it? Had to be. Oh, my goodness me. Yeah, what's he doing there? He got on the wrong side. First manager to get prediction. First manager to get fired. Enzo Maresca, Sean. Oh, my goodness. Ah, bloody hell, man. They had to do it, didn't they? They had to do it. Ah, man. Bloody, come on. Why did you... It's a penalty. He didn't win the ball. It's a penalty. Oh, no. Ah, mate. Come on. I hope it's not Carrick's cash. He's in there. He's in the mix. If he loses to Ipswich, Cash... Don't worry, Lewis Hall's last action as a Newcastle player is to give away a penalty. Guys. Oh, man. Can he make a hero for himself as the goalkeeper? Can he save this, guys? It's the last kick of the game. Szoboszlai is going to take the penalty. Szoboszlai is going to take the penalty. Here we are. Unacceptable, man. What? Come on. Come on, keeper. Come on, keeper. Save this one. Come on, keeper. You got this, mate. You got this. Save it. Save it. Come on, save it. Come on, mate. Ah, it's a good penalty. 2-2. 2-2. Ah, mate. 2-2. They equalize. Jammy gets, mate. Jammy gets. 2-2, man. In the 97. Where did 5 minutes come from anyway? Where did 5 minutes come from anyway? Come on, man. Honestly, 5 minutes come from nowhere, guys. You know? Goodness me. 2-2. Alan, did I take penalties? I did take a few. Unbelievable. So I've sent a few American Red channels trying to tell me about United. I sent a few American Red channels. What's your thoughts? What do you mean by that, Simon? I've seen a few American channels trying to, I mean, a lot of them. Muppeteers is one of them, you know. I mean, goodness me. Oh, my goodness. Liverpool, I like City, paid off the officials. Yeah, I mean, they always get the VAR. They always get the VAR. Always. Full time, guys. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 2. In the last minute, guys. Heartbreak for Newcastle and Lewis Hall. Yeah, it happens in football, isn't it? It happens in football. Chin up, lads. It happens in football. That's what goes on, guys. But 2-2, man. Undeserved. Definitely undeserved, guys. 97 minutes. But they got the draw. They got the draw. Szoboszlai, the guy from What We Do in the Shadows, that's what he looks like. It is an absolute joke, guys. It is an absolute joke. Guys, blessings to the community. I'm back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Right, guys, and can't wait to see you all. Please don't forget to join me 7 a.m. UK time as usual, guys. I'm also back tomorrow for Fulham Chelsea. You know, joke of a game. They're paying officials. There you go. Absolutely, Simon. Thank you, everyone. Guys, I'm off. I'm 3 hours ahead of you guys, isn't it? See you soon, Bobby. See you, mate. See you, Sean. See you, everyone. Cash, see you soon, mate. And all Alan, all the people, Greg, everyone, Simon, in the Bobby, in the stream, guys. Like on the way out. Thank you so much, Gregory. And big up Shanta. You're a legend, mate. Take it easy. Guys, I will see you tomorrow morning. Take it easy. See you soon, Dark Wolf. I'll see you soon, guys. Peace. Take it easy, Ephraim.